Hi, guys, and welcome. Welcome to this new podcast, two podcasts in 2 days. So, we've got a fun podcast for you today. Thank you, everyone who's in the live chat already, commenting and watching. And thank you to everyone that's going to be watching this later on as well. Got a good episode, hopefully, for you today. We're going to be doing the very first Sham Sharma Show meme review. So, in case a lot of people have been requesting to do a meme review for a while, and I've been meaning to do one as well. So I finally created a subreddit and a Discord server where you can go and submit your meme submissions every week, and we're going to try and cover them. So this week we're going to do a meme review with Kushal. But before we get into it, we've got one or two things to talk about really quickly. So to help me do that, as usual, please welcome back to the show Kushal Mehra. Kushal, welcome.
Namaste, Sham. Namaste, everyone. Let's get started.
All right. So our first thing is obviously something that really struck me as very interesting, because in the last few weeks and months, the Modi government and the Yogi Adityanath government in Uttar Pradesh, in particular, they have passed some legislations and a few bills that can only be considered to be extremely progressive towards the LGBT and transgender community. So let me just give you a few examples of them. So one of them is the Yogi Adityanath government to constitute a transgender welfare board to uplift the community. The board would include representatives from the transgender community, state government, and also members from the social organizations working for the betterment of the transgenders. The board would function to ensure the welfare and upliftment of the transgender community. Then there's another one where the Yogi government amends the law to empower transgender community with right to inheritance of ancestral agricultural land. This is huge. In my opinion, this is a pretty massive reform. This comes after the UP cabinet cleared an amendment to the UP Revenue Code of 2006, removing the limitations of nomenclature in inheritance laws, which categorically made mention of sons, daughters, married, unmarried, and widow as the only ones who would rightfully inherit such ancestral lands. Then, the Modi government recently constituted a National Council for Transgender Persons to formulate policies, programs, legislation, and projects regarding members of the community for achieving equality and full participation by them. The NCT will include representatives from Health Affairs, Minorities, Niti Aayog, National Human Rights Commission, and National Commission for Women, State Government, Transgender Community Nominee Member, etc. The bill recognizes following as a crime: getting transgender person to beg, coercion, or bonded labor, prohibiting them from using public space, preventing them from residing in family, villages, etc., harassing them physically, sexually, verbally, emotionally, and financially. So in any circumstance, like if these bills were passed by, let's say, the Congress party, or if in America these bills were passed by Bernie Sanders or introduced by Bernie Sanders, they would rightly be hailed as extremely progressive and extremely supportive of the LGBTQ community. But despite that, there's a very strong segment of the LGBTQ community in India that sees the BJP and the Hindutva movement in general as a mortal enemy, as a complete and utter enemy of the LGBTQ community, and that their goal is to destroy the LGBTQ community or completely disenfranchise them, which is very, very far from the truth in reality. So why do you think that exists? Do you think that exists only because there's a level of intellectual dishonesty on the side of the LGBTQ community, or there's just a certain section of the media has them, has a monopoly on their minds?
So this is my view. The entire movement of LGBT, so whatever we want to call it, LGBTQ, I don't know. There are so many alphabets now, you kind of lose track of it. But the movement as it stands today in its current rendition is something that has come from the West.
Yeah.
It has come from the West. It has permeated from the West into the entire, how do you put it? The entire cultural zeitgeist across the globe. Yeah. In the West, the LGBTQ movement was a direct reaction to right-wing politics. Yeah. Right? So you had the right-wing politics worldview, the most extreme version being those people who used to hold those God hates
Signs.
fags.
Yeah.
Right. So those ones, the Southern Baptists, right? So that is one version of it. I'm not saying all of them are like that. Please don't get me wrong, but I'm just using them as the extreme example. The extreme example was God hates fags.
And
Then
even if it's not an extreme thing, right? Even if it's not an extreme thing, there was at least, and still is to a large extent, a very strong sort of anti-LGBTQ undercurrent within conservative circles in Western society because of their religious background or whatever.
Yeah, so obviously it stems from the biblical worldview of, I mean, I don't want to word literally, I think it was Leviticus and Deuteronomy that clearly talks about, homosexuals being stoned and stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah,
having said
entire
that,
city got destroyed by God because they were
yeah,
homosexual.
so basically, yeah. So that stems from there, and that is the cultural understanding of the LGBTQ community when it comes to right-wing politics in the world. Now you circle back to India. Now these movements that are currently happening in India or are sponsored in India are a direct import from that mindset. So until we don't understand the mindset, the mothership, we don't understand the issue in India. Again, in India, there was an active left wing, and the left wing needed someone to hate. So they said, kidhar jaye. Okay, seems like BJP is the one we want to hate. So everybody said, hang on, BJP is the right wing of India. So if you are the right wing of India, the by default position is you are against abortion, you are against LGBTQ, you are against all the things that the global American right wing, Christian right wing is. And from that mindset stems the reality of the left wing LGBTQ movement in India. Now, here's the irony. Just this last Sunday on my podcast, I had Abhijit Iyer, Giti Thadani, and Gopi Shankar Madurai on my podcast, and we had a Shastrarth, and we were having a chat about, obviously, neither Abhijit nor Giti or Gopi Shankar are left-wing, LGBTQ members. So the first myth that needs to be busted is that all LGBTQ people are left-wing.
Yeah.
There are LGBTQ people in India that are in the non-left, and they are very vocal. These are public figures. Like, people don't realize अभिजीत तो चलो अपना घर का बच्चा है मगर Giti is a scholar. Giti Thadani, people don't realize her book was out in the 90s, and most of what is used as the scholarly justification of LGBTQ culture in India from the left is a literal plagiarism of Giti's work.
Wow.
Literal plagiarism. मतलब शर्म भी नहीं आई, पूरा ही कॉपी कर दिया उसका और उसको क्रेडिट भी नहीं दिया है Giti को. Giti has not even been credited for it. Imagine. So why did Giti get rejected by the movement? Because she refused to be anti-national. She's like, I'm not gonna hate India. I don't hate Hinduism. I'm a Hindu. Giti keeps on shouting, I'm a Hindu. I'm a Hindu. They they basically abandoned her. So the mindset is you need someone, it stems from that typical Abrahamic mindset of the other. You need the other. And when you define the other, it's very easy. I mean, imagine.
It's very easy to invigorate a movement if you have somebody to hate.
Yeah. So that's the thing, right? Okay. And this connects me to the larger discourse across the world. Like, every time I have a discourse with people in the left, right, we have a chat with them, and they say BJP is right wing.
Yeah.
And I was like, you can't get away with that. You have to prove yourself by giving me 10 policy decisions that the BJP has done that clearly proves they're right wing.
Yeah.
And they can't give me one.
Yeah. You remember that amazing one that was like his economic policy? Somewhere, what was it? Brown Pundits. There was a charming fellow on Brown Pundits who said that their economic policy.
He is not Indian. He is Punjabi.
I'm not Indian. I'm not Indian, bro. I'm Punjabi.
Yeah.
Karlo.
So it's like that, and this is the problem. So let us look at typical right-wing issues, right? Right-wing issues in the West, there was no matter what they say, there was resistance to decriminalization of homosexuality in the West too. And yes, there is a section in the right wing that has a problem, right? Now in India,
There still is a very large now. Now the thing is that, see, what has happened in the West is very curious, and what has happened in the West in terms of LGBTQ is that they've realized that they are up against a tide that they're not going to be able to push back anymore. In the 60s, we could push back against the LGBTQ tide. In the 70s, we could. In the 80s, we could. In the 90s, we could. 2000s onwards, the tide has become too big for us to push back against, saying that this is immoral, this is unnatural, bullshit behavior, stop it. So now we can't push back against it. So we have this hundreds and hundreds year old history of like opposing anything that is pro LGBTQ. So how do we walk that back? So now they're saying, oh, now we're libertarians about it. So we still don't like it, but we're libertarians about it, which honestly, I don't really have that much of a problem with. You can think whatever the hell you want about LGBTQ people, as long as you don't get into their bedroom and tell them what to do. So it's very curious how they've sort of adapted their positions or sort of backtracked their positions by going the more libertarian route.
Yeah. And not just that, Sham. That's the only way they could get around it.
That's it.
That's the only way. But that's not the case in India.
Yeah.
How did they get around it in India? The literal answer was, our culture does not have a problem with it. Yeah. So the answer in India was, the culture of the land is giving a positive affirmation to this lifestyle choice. Mm-hmm. Yes, you will always have the aberration in India. We'll say, oh, this is pedophilia and all that. I'm not. But by and large, think about it.
We'll talk about it in a second, but go ahead.
Yeah. By and large, what is the history? In 2012, the then Supreme Court sent a letter to the government. UPA said, what's your view? Should we decriminalize 377? What did the Congress-led UPA do? No, do not decriminalize it.
Yeah.
Same court sends it to the NDA. What does the NDA say? We don't have an opinion. You do what you want to do.
Yeah.
That is basically the Indian way of saying, "Arey kar le yaar, kuch nahi hota."
Nah. And that gives a very strong signal to the court, because if the court hears nothing from the government, then they're like, oh, fine, all right, we'll do whatever we need to do then. That's the difference. If BJP had come out and said, ki, nahi, ye bilkul nahi ho sakta, we will riot on the streets, then courts would have probably found it more difficult to pass it.
And that's the difference. It was decriminalized in India. भाई कौन से शोशे हुए इंडिया में कोई नारे लगे नहीं. The only people that were opposing it in India after that,
All India Muslim Personal Law Board
and the church. Do not let the church get away.
And the number of church organizations.
Yes, they are opposing it. Even RSS was like, the so-called Hitlerian fascist, oh, hey, to kya pata nahi kya hai, aur sare etc. Sare na de diyo nanu. But the point is, even RSS is, jo karna hai karo yaar, humko kya karna hai? Now, this is the status in India. Again, now let us come to transgender rights. Now, I am, before I start making my statement, I want to acknowledge that the status of kinners and trans people and intersex people in India is not ideal. So let us not beat around the bush. The lived reality is horrendous.
Yeah.
Horrendous. The lived reality. I mean, by the way, I don't know if many of your listeners know, like every Saturday I do these, chats about the Ramayana behind a paid wall. And the kind of respect the kinnars have in Ramayana. Sham, it is unbelievable.
Yeah.
जो दर्जा किन्नरों को दिया गया था हमारे रामायण में, और जो हाल हमने किन्नरों का कर दिया है आज की डेट में हमारे समाज में, वो निंदनीय है. It is condemnable. Having said that, we have a proper akhada, a religious matham that is led by kinnars in India, और जो कुंभ में भी गए थे, बराबर है. काफी मंदिरों में across India किन्नर पंडित होते हैं. There are pandits who are kinnars.
Yeah.
How many people realize, like I had this interesting conversation with an ignorant Westerner, and I told them once, I was like, do you know the reason why India officially recognizes 3 genders? I don't want to get into the science. I'm not interested in the scientific discussion. I'm just asking you, do you know why India recognized 3 genders? He's like, maybe you guys believed in that gender is a social construct thing. I was like, no. Indian culture, since history, has always recognized Skinner as
Hmm.
another gender.
Yeah.
They have always recognized it. And that is the reason when India became a modern democratic republic, the natural outcome was the cultural understanding where you have male, female, and kinner. And the Indian law recognizes it much before the West does.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's true. And I think another funny aspect of that is the way some of these, you know, LGBTQ community members that maybe don't completely fall in line, maybe don't completely agree with everything that their left leaning LGBTQ brothers and sisters have to say, the way some of those people are treated. You were talking obviously earlier about how you had Gopi Madurai on your show to talk about same-sex marriage, and I think that's a really good episode, guys. You should really go and check it out on Charvaka podcast to sort of get a more in-depth idea of some of those issues. But one of the reasons that kind of pushed Gopi into the limelight a little bit. Gopi has been obviously an activist for much longer than that. But
Yeah.
one of the reasons that he got kind of pushed into the limelight a little bit is because he was actually slated to appear and speak at this pro LGBTQ panel discussion that
Yes.
was being organized by Godrej. It was being organized by Godrej, and a lot of big to medium companies were involved in organizing it because, we all know how companies love to jump on the woke bandwagon these days.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
so they were organizing it and they'd invited Gopi to speak, but some of the organizers of this event found out that Gopi is not blatantly anti-Hindu. Gopi actually identifies as a Hindu, and Gopi actually feels that there is space for the LGBTQ people and the acceptance for the LGBTQ people within the broader Hindu umbrella. And so, for simply holding that belief, uh, all of a sudden, overnight, Gopi's name disappeared from the list of speakers. I mean, nobody basically told him to piss off. Nobody told him, don't come, we don't want you here. His name just disappeared. And then he tried to find out what happened, who removed my name, why did you remove me? He got no answer basically at the end of the day. And so here you have a guy that, which is going to a conference ostensibly celebrating diversity of humankind. And one or two things he maybe disagrees with you on, and that guy gets blacklisted and completely removed from the panel. Like that tells you a lot about the kind of place where the left wing is going right now. I think that's very unfortunate, because the only way that we can move forward, the only way that we can actually reach some sort of a compromise, some sort of an understanding between the LGBTQ movement and various other political or religious movements, is by having opposite points of view and by engaging with opposite points of view. But that doesn't seem to happen with at least that panel that I know of.
It's a religion, Sham. Don't you
Yeah.
see? It's like another form of Christianity.
Yeah.
And they can't handle any deviation from the preset क्या बोलते हैं उसको, tenets of the religion.
Yeah.
Thou shall not support BJP and RSS.
Yeah.
If thou shalt support BJP and RSS, thou shall be cast into the hellfire.
Hellfire.
And that's what happened to Gopi Shankar Madurai.
Yeah, exactly. And some people are saying that, Arey, and now let's come to some arguments that are made against all this from the Hindu side as well. And I think you mentioned it as well, Kushal, earlier, that as much as Hindutva as an ideology is pro-LGBTQ, Hindutva as an ideology is supportive of the LGBTQ people, there are individual Hindus and individual Hindu groups of people that are opposed to it. And, some people say, and some of the arguments honestly are hilarious that they make, that if LGBTQ people are normalized, that means pedophilia is normalized. I don't think these people understand what the hell pedophilia really is. First point. Secondly, they say ki if basically if you normalize LGBTQ communities, that means that any child can, then you're forcing children to convert to other genders, and then you're giving children hormone blockers, and you're making children gay and all that stuff. Look, man, nobody's talking about forcing anything on children, right? I have spoken out against it. Kushal has spoken out against it multiple times, that don't give hormone blockers to 8-year-olds. Don't do that. Let
Yeah.
them get old enough to at least develop some semblance of a brain, and then let
Yeah.
them decide. Then let them live their lives however the hell you want them to. But don't freaking tell your 8-year-old that no, you can't be a boy, you have to be a girl because I have to post you on Twitter and I have to get Twitter likes. That shit obviously we do not support. So I want to make it categorically very clear. But what do you make of the whole pedophilia argument? I hear that a lot, like shocking amount. I hear ki if you normalize homosexuality, that means you normalize pedophilia. Where the hell does this come from?
So first of all, yeah, ask them this question. Pedophilia is not done by heterosexuals.
Exactly.
I mean, what the hell? I mean, what are you trying to say, bro? Because most of them are men.
Yeah. Most of them are heterosexuals.
Yeah, most of them are heterosexual men, and it's not a homosexual thing. I'm not saying there will be zero homosexuals that are doing it, but yeah, what are you trying to say, man? I mean, it's just
the law of averages,
disgusting.
Yeah,
it's disgusting. The whole argument is disgusting, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what are they trying to say? It makes zero sense. Zero.
Yeah.
I don't know from where these people get these wonderful ideas, man.
Yeah, and there are sections of obviously Hindu society that believe that this is somehow it's wrong, and somehow it really should not be mainstreamed or normalized in Indian society. And I think it's safe to assume that even though there might be a decent enough number of these people, I don't think they'll ever find entry into mainstream Hindutva. I don't think they'll.
No, but look,
I think mainstream Hindutva has moved.
Let us try to be fair.
Yeah.
Let us try to be fair here. Mera point ye hai ki there may not be a lot of people who genuinely think like that. There might be people whose objection to this thing might be somewhere on the lines like what if we take it to adoption of children? I'm just giving you their argument. Now, why is the adoption of children a good idea by same-sex couples? Now, my counter to that would be, why is it not? And they would say, well, there are studies that have said this or that. And I'm like, there are studies and then there are studies. The point is, we simply don't know. There is not enough research that if same-sex couples adopt children, it leads to problems. You want my personal opinion? I think it's perfectly fine. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Now, if people have a problem with my personal opinion, I take it. You can have a problem with my personal opinion, and you have every right to have a problem with it. That's okay. But I personally don't see any problem. Let's say, there are so many kids in India, that are languishing on the streets and who are struggling, and you know what I'm talking about. Bheek mangte itne sare bacche. And let's say same-sex couples were, adopting those children. Now, what kind of a world would collapse? I genuinely want to know. What would happen? I just don't get it.
कि हमारे population problem में मदद हो जाएगी. That will happen.
Honestly, मुझे नहीं समझ पड़ता है इतनी क्या समस्या आ गई है. ये ऐसी कौन सी विडंबना है कि अगर यदि ये हो गया तो पता नहीं, मतलब आसमान फट जाएगा, जमीन निगल जाएगी. I genuinely am curious कि मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि ये समस्या क्या है. आप बताओ मेरे को क्या समस्या है.
I have no idea. I have no idea why it's a problem. I have no idea why it affects anyone. If there are gay couples that feel like, okay, since we're not going to have kids, let's just go adopt a kid that otherwise would not have a chance at any kind of life. And that I only see that as an unambiguously a positive thing. I don't see any negatives there.
I agree with you.
You take a child from a horrible living situation and you give him a very good life. What the hell is the problem? Honestly,
I seriously don't know. I myself, and I'm trying to think of their argument, and that's why I'm trying to put myself in their shoes and trying to be as genuine as I can, because I think that's our job, right? As podcasters, our job is to try and give an argument of the other side as accurately as possible, but I genuinely just don't know what the problem is. Maybe I'm missing something.
Do you think on the LGBTQ side, their reluctance to sort of, honestly engage with Hindutva and honestly accept that maybe some of the Hindutva parties have some redeeming qualities when it comes to the LGBTQ community? Do you think the fear is because they are afraid of losing sort of liberal support? The community that has been with them from the very beginning, they are afraid to lose that support.
Has the left been with them?
Well, I think if there was a choice for the left right now or in the last so many years in whether we stand with Muslims who think an Islamic ideology that thinks very, not positively of the LGBTQ community, or standing with the LGBTQ community, they have shown over and over that they would rather side with the Muslim community. So that you ask a good question, like, have they actually been on their side? I would say yes, but it's been very conditional. That support.
Conditional, theek hai, by what is the measurement standard? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What is the measurement standard? Like how do we judge the left has been more with LGBT folks than the non-left in India? Because the non-left in India has never really had a problem as such. It was something that was not discussed. Is India homophobic as a society? Yes. Yeah. But it has nothing to do with left or non-left. That's just to do with the moral arch of a society in general, which has become very Victorian. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So let us not confuse the two. General left-leaning Hindu voters, Muslim voters are also equally homophobic. ऐसा नहीं है कि बीजेपी के सारे वोटर होमोफोब्स हैं और कांग्रेस के वोटर से we are so nice and squeaky clean. ऐसा तो कुछ है नहीं इंडिया में. I'm talking about India. I'm not talking about the West. Let us focus on India, right? Because it's about India. There is no tangible proof. You cannot give me a tangible proof, right? A data-driven argument where left-wingers are less homophobic than non-left people. If that is the case, then even with abortion, which is such a right-wing issue over there in the West, damn it, BJP increased the abortion limit by 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about, man? Yeah. There is no gauge by which we can judge them. The only difference is BJP is far more nativist than Congress. That I'm willing to accept. That is a trait of a right-winger that BJP has, the Congress does not have. That I'm giving.
So define what you mean exactly by nativist.
Nativist means the natural culture of the land should prevail. The natural identity of the land should prevail. India is a naturally Hindu civilizational land, and it should be a natural homeland to all non-Abrahamic faiths, including Parsis and atheism.
Yeah.
Right? That's the natural idea of India. It doesn't mean that Indian Muslims and Christians don't have a place in it. In fact, I think the mental gymnastics has reached to the level that Indian Islam and Indian Christianity itself is different.
Yeah.
And believe me, everybody is here. In the end, Indian Islam and Indian Christianity will cut its ties from global Islam and global Christianity with more and more education.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's kind of the mental gymnastics that the RSS is doing as well now. That they're basically saying that Indian Muslims and Indian Christians are very completely different from Pakistani Muslims, Bangladeshi Muslims, Arab Muslims, and all of that stuff. And without Indian Muslims and without Indian Christians, there basically is no idea of Hindu Rashtra that we call Hindu Rashtra. So RSS has reached that point already in their sort of mental journey about what a Hindu Rashtra should be. So, so that's where we are. So let's take a few questions before we go to meme review. Yes. So we have a question from Aaj ka hai ki kal ka hai? Oh, this is it. Kanav says, this is a callback to when you both were discussing the affordability of martial arts in India. Indians don't need martial arts because they're masters in the arts of slapping. That's very true. That's very true.
वो नाइला इनायत का वीडियो देखा था नहीं वो नाइला इनायत का वीडियो देखा था पाकिस्तान का लपड़ वाला फाइट चल रही थी ऐसे लपड़ और उसमें कमेंट्री एक गोरा दे रहा था पता नहीं इंग्लिश कमेंट्री दे रहा था बहुत हंसी आ रही थी वो देख के
Oh, was it Aussie Man Reviews? Was it that guy?
हाँ वही है शायद Aussie Man
Reviews. That guy's the best. Yeah, that guy's the best. Shout out to Aussie Man. Harsh Chawda says, big fan of your work. Both of you, keep it up. Thanks, Harsh. PS कुणाल भाई प्लीज रेफरेंस दे दो, हाउ ओल्ड इज अर्थ अकॉर्डिंग टू हिंदुइज्म, मुझे रेफरेंस नहीं मिल रहा, बताइए।
अबे कुणाल कौन है अभी?
ओ कुशल, सॉरी कुशल, मैंने ही गलत पढ़ लिया। नहीं, माय फॉल्ट, नॉट हर्ष's फॉल्ट।
हाउ ओल्ड इज द अर्थ? अर्थ कहाँ से आ गया इसमें?
पता नहीं, वर यू टॉकिंग अबाउट हाउ ओल्ड द अर्थ इज एट सम पॉइंट?
मैंने तो कुछ बात ही नहीं किया।
अच्छा, ही सेज कि कुशल भाई प्लीज रेफरेंस दे दो, हाउ ओल्ड इट इज अकॉर्डिंग टू हिंदुइज्म, मुझे रेफरेंस नहीं मिल रहा।
तो वो तो
देखो,
काल ओल्ड एज ऑफ द अर्थ एक पुराना उसमें एक है रेफरेंस, हाउ ओल्ड द एज ऑफ द अर्थ इज, वो कल्प के हिसाब से कैलकुलेट करते हैं, और वेदों में भी है वो कल्पास के हिसाब से करते हैं, या युगास, और एक युगा का एक एज होता है, द्वापर का ये है। तो इट एक्चुअली काइंड ऑफ फिट्स इनटू वो। कार्ल सेगन ने भी वो अपने कॉस्मोस की ओरिजिनल रेंडिशन में एक किया था कि द ओनली रिलीजन दैट केम अप to the nearest figure with the modern science figure of 13.1 to 13.9 billion years old is the Hindus.
yeah. Okay. Anand Sridhar, you really should have an LGBT person to talk about it. There's a lot of assumptions about the LGBTQ community as a whole by the left and the right. That's correct, and that's why I was shouting out the episode that Kushal did with on gay marriage. When did you do it? When did it come out?
Last Sunday. It was same-sex marriage in India.
That can you just give a background of it so people can go check it out? What exactly it was about?
Well, what we did in that episode was I had requested Giti to give the anthropological arguments, where she would share, the anthropology and the stuff that she had found. So she was sharing various artifacts from Mexico. She was sharing artifacts from Tamil Nadu. How the union is understood. It is not a union necessarily of just a male and a female. It is of 2 points, and those 2 points can be far more fluid. That was one of the things that Giti was saying. Then obviously Gopi was kind of focused on the various scriptures and various scriptures. What do they talk about it, and all those things. I mean, so the first so if you look at the first 40 minutes, right? So in the first 40 minutes you will get a lot of cultural arguments made from Giti and from Gopi Shankar. Then Abhijit came into the later half, and Abhijit was talking about a lot of the secular realm. I wanted Abhijit to stick to the secular realm, and Giti and Gopi to go into the cultural and the anthropological realm. So that's what we did. It was an hour and a half planned. But then we went all the way to 2 hours because there were so many questions from the live viewers itself. And we were not taking live questions. And I was shocked, yeah. The overwhelming response to the podcast was so positive. So if you guys have not seen it, please go. There is a playlist on my channel called Shastrarth. It is episode number 10, titled Same-Sex Marriage in India. I would urge all of you to watch it.
All right. So go check that out, guys. Blinky Blue has a question. He says, what are the reasons behind the plight of the Kinnars? So I can give you one really quick, Blinky Blue, about the LGBTQ community in general. And let me give you an example about same-sex couples really quick. This is a great article that I think you should check out. This is by Live Mint. And I've shared it before as well because I think it's an important article. Yeah. This is from Neil Borate, and he says same-sex couples in India lack basic financial rights. No legal documentation to prove their union presents various hurdles for LGBTQ plus partners. Lack of insurance coverage from partners means that LGBTQ plus Indians need to have a higher rate of savings. So this basically article, it lays out a bunch of some of the financial problems that the LGBTQ same-sex couples, let's say, have to face, which heterosexual couples, for example, don't even need to really think about. They never need to bother about these things, but these are things that LGBTQ couples have to be very cognizant of. There are many rights that they can't avail of because simply for being who they are, and that leads to various extra costs, which results in needing a higher level of savings. So that's just one example. I would really recommend people to go check out that article on Live Mint. Again, it's on Live Mint. And I think it'll be very eye-opening for a lot of people.
Yeah, but that is not only inheritance is a problem, Shambhav. We have to understand 100%. The cultural reluctance, right? Yep. The cultural reluctance to accept LGBTQ people in society. The homophobia, as if being gay is some sort of a disorder. I mean, what the hell, yeah? These are good people. These are good human beings, and that's how they've been made.
And I was just writing down. People are people.
And I was just writing down a couple, 2-3 things so that I don't forget. So, number one, when it comes to renting houses. If they find out they're gay, they have a problem with it. These are factual things, yeah. Second, hiring issues. Like, kinners hardly get jobs in India, yaar. So that's why the government has had to intervene, because jobs ही नहीं मिलती है बेचारों को. They have been rendered to the act of just going and begging. That's all they do on the streets in urban centers. They go and beg, and we need to change ourselves. We need to become more accepting of their identity and how they are. And I honestly believe we can do it as a society. I have full faith in Indian society. I think we are far better in these departments than other societies. This is my view. You could disagree with me.
No, I agree. I agree on that front completely. So, okay, let's move on to something that I've been meaning to do for a while, which is the Sham Sharma Show meme review. So, a lot of people have been asking me, ki, "Arey yaar, Sham, start doing a meme review because we send you memes. You post so many memes in your videos. So, start reviewing some as well." So, I have created a subreddit. You can see it right on the ticker at the bottom of the video. It's called r/Sham_Sharma_show that you can go join, and you can post your memes every week, which I will review at the end of the week. So you can do that either on the subreddit, or you can do that by joining the Discord server as well. So if you want to join the Discord server, become a patron of the show, and you get access to the Discord server. So today, Kushal and I will be reviewing a few memes from the Reddit subreddit and from the Discord server as well. And how we are going to rate them is 3 ratings. So we will give it ratings out of 10 Arnabs. So if it is a bad meme, then we will give it 1 to 4 Arnab, which is going to look like this. This is 1 to 4 Arnab. This is angry Arnab. Then if the meme is okay, we will give it 5 Arnabs, which is this. This is 5 Arnab. This is an okay Arnab, not too happy, not too unhappy. Then if the meme is fantastic, then we will give it happy Arnab. So these are your ratings. Okay, angry Arnab, okay Arnab, happy Arnab. These are your 3 ratings that we will be providing to you. So let's take a look at some memes. And before we do take a look at those memes, I want to give a quick shout out to Schadenfreude on Reddit and Blinky Blue on Reddit as well, who are moderators of the Sham Sharma Show subreddit, who have really helped me in filing down to some of the good memes from the large number of memes we were sent. So shout out to Blinky Blue and shout out to Schadenfreude. All right. So Kushal, are you ready for this? Here we go. Let me share the screen. This is Derek O'Brien. When you don't have enough MPs to oppose a bill, I demand a trial.
I demand a trial by combat.
That's a good one. I like this one. So, if for people that might not know, Derek O'Brien ji was very angry at the passing of the farm bill, so he went to the speaker and he tore up the rule book, and he almost was ready to assault the speaker before he got taken out. So, yeah, trial by combat. So, what rating will you give it, Kushal?
The beach wala, this one.
Beach wala, this is okay, Arnab?
Yes, okay, Arnab.
Okay, so this is this gets an okay, Arnab. Here we go. Now we move on to the next meme. Next meme is. Oh my God. Pregnancy test on myself. Explain further. This is by Sandwich Distinct on Reddit. Sandwich Distinct on Reddit. माँ बनने का एहसास होता है. Oh my God. अरे एक्सपर्ट है भाई, ये हर चीज में एक्सपर्ट, इनको पता है, मजाक मत उड़ाओ. He knows, he's the expert. This is a good meme. This meme gets a happy Arnab. Yeah. 10 out of 10 happy Arnab. Definitely happy Arnab. So this is by Sandwich Distinct. Well done, Sandwich Distinct.
Oh God.
This is from Funds Khatam Ho Gaye The Na. Me trying hard to impress my Bihari girlfriend.
नीचे क्या लिखा?
बहुत भइल बवाल, बिहार मांगे केजरीवाल. Yeah. This is a decent meme. This is a decent meme. This is by Chota Pandit _69. Chota Pandit, okay Arnab. It's a decent meme.
Okay, Arnab. Okay, Arnab.
Yeah, okay Arnab. This is a decent meme. This is from, also from Chota Pandit 69. टेररिस्ट, मैं गरीब मास्टर का पीस लविंग बेटा नहीं हूँ. इंडियन मीडिया, तू है, तेरे को पता नहीं है लेकिन तू है.
तेरे को पता नहीं है, तू चुप कर.
100%. This is 100% secular meme. I'm going to upvote it right now. 100% secular meme. This should get a happy Arnab.
Yes.
I'm feeling generous. I'll give it a happy Arnab.
Yes.
100%. So well done, Chota Pandit 69. फिर आता है it means to us. Sham Sharma roasting leftists. Watch online class. Yes, I am Sham Sharma and I approve this message. Very good. Very good. This is from Informal Reveal 4290. Informal Reveal 4290. You get 1 thumbs up and you get a happy Arnab from me. Very easy way to get a happy Arnab is to obviously give me compliments. It's the easiest way to get happy Arnabs. This is Kashmiri Muslims 800 years ago. Kashmiri Muslims now. Kashmir is an Islamic land. We can't be ruled by lower kafirs. Wow. Relatable meme. How much would you want to give this relatable meme?
Okay, Arnab. Okay, Arnab.
This is an okay Arnab because it's a very hashtag relatable meme.
Yeah.
This is also by Sandwich Distinct. Wow, Sandwich Distinct on fire. This is also by Sandwich Distinct. Arey Bhagwan.
बड़ा कर, इसको बड़ा कर.
इसको बड़ा करने दो, रुको. Let me zoom in a little bit. So this is, कहाँ पे हो? पता नहीं, पर यहाँ पे लोग एंटी नेशनल नारे लगा रहे हैं. Welcome to JNU, दादा.
ये अच्छा था.
This is good meme.
I don't know. This has to be between happy Arnab and okay Arnab.
Happy okay Arnab. I have to switch like this so you can know. This is middle. Yeah, tuck, happy and okay Arnab. This is also by Sandwich Distinct. Sandwich Distinct both form mein aaj. Okay. This is also from Sandwich Distinct. Every Indian Muslim एक जमाना था जब हम भी हिंदू हुआ करते थे. Yes. Hashtag relatable meme. I'm going to give this hashtag relatable meme and okay Arnab.
Okay Arnab.
Okay Arnab. So let's come to now some of the memes sent to me by Blinky Blue. So this is the Blinky Blue collection. Thank you very much. So this is by SGMELB on Reddit. He says, read the farm bills, understand and have a constructive and logical discussion. No, BJP ने किया है तो पक्का criminal होगा. सही बात.
Yeah, सही बात है.
This is what do you consider this? Hashtag relatable meme?
Relatable, yeah. Relatable meme.
Hashtag relatable meme है ये काफी.
Yeah.
तो इसको हम दे सकते हैं okay Arnab.
Okay Arnab.
हाँ. It's good. अभी तक we have not gotten a single angry Arnab. This is good. This is good. Then hope Shambhav sir makes me moderator. Communists me. Shaheen Bagh wale are the true supporters of secularism, democracy. Me. Oh, this is a 100 sneak meme. Let me show you. This is this meme. This is what this guy has done. He has pulled a sneak 100 on me. So maybe good attempt to pull a sneak on me, and maybe I'll make him moderator. But if you give me a better meme tomorrow, this is from not Arpit Rajput.
Yeah, this was
this is good. Okay. This is an okay Arnab meme.
Yeah.
But if I get a happy Arnab meme, maybe I'll consider making what's his name? Not Arpit Rajput a moderator. Oh my god. You from Agnik 29. No, this is a secular channel, please. This is 100% secular channel. I do not endorse such memes. 100% secular channel, please. We have to maintain the decorum
The
of this
best one is
secular channel.
Kaju is Turkey Light.
No,
Cap-
I'm not laughing at all. I'm not laughing at all.
कैप्टन कांचू की ले ली.
काजू की ले लिया. अब लड़कियों को यार सोशल मीडिया पे कॉम्प्लीमेंट भी नहीं कर सकते हैं. ये हाल है हमारे देश का. Modi needs to resign.
Turkey Light.
Modi needs to resign.
वैसे टर्की अल्ट्रा प्रो मैक्स और नेहरू ऐसे देख रहा
स्टार्ट शशि थरूर से किया है बिल्कुल है. शशि थरूर इज द बेस मॉडल. Oh my God! I'm sorry. This has to get happier now.
Extremely happier now.
Even though I'm secular and I condemn this meme, this has to get a happier now for creativity. Well done, Agnik 29. Well done. अपुनिज भगवान है. तुझे जीडीपी नहीं पता? ध्रुव राठी के वीडियो नहीं देखता क्या? जी वर्ड. This is also a relatable meme. Very relatable meme. This definitely gets okay Arnab. The track not taken. This is by Kafir Lives Matter. Support for LGBTQ and women's rights. Support for Islam. Liberals. Very relatable. I am so related to this meme. 100% relation.
Okay, this is like standard stuff.
Standard? Okay Arnab. This gets an okay Arnab meme. This is relatable, but okay Arnab. ये क्या है भाई? This is from Sandwich District again. Yadav then. I am the descendant of great King Yadu. We have an undefeatable Narayani Sena. We'll expand our territory and make proud Chandravanshi Kshatriyas. Yadav today. Vikas के भैया, अखिलेश भैया, उन्नति की चाबी डिंपल.
ये अच्छा.
Yeah, I support my Yadav brothers. This gets a happier now. I can give this a happier now. Hashtag support for Yadav brothers. As expected, this is from Informal Reveal 4290. Communism exists. Sham Sharma. Yes, 100% support this meme. As I said, since this is the first meme review, anything complimentary of me immediately gets a happier now. Yes, because I'm extremely biased. They are our inspiration. Man, woman, white, black, poor, rich, Asian, Bollywoodiya, patriarchy smashers. Hashtag relatable. Relatable memes get happy earnubs. So this is a relatable meme. So I give this a happy earnub. Mughals in real life. Mughals in real life.
Good one.
I like this one. This is from Fried Well Tried. Well done, Fried Well Tried. This
impressed.
Here, you can have a happier now.
Yes.
It's the
Badhiya kaam.
Yeah, you can have a happier enough for this one. Well done.
Good.
Arey, Blinky Blue. We live in a society. Rational people. How many times will you call Modi a fascist for making democratic decisions? Leftists. Yeah. देखा कि नहीं देखा. Well done. Well done.
Yeah, अच्छा था.
This is creative meme. Creative meme. Creative memes always get happy earnubs.
Yeah.
No angry earnubs yet. Still space for one angry earnub. Let's see. Jai Viru friendship, not stonks. Umar Khalid gets arrested. Kanhaiya Kumar. I am going to pretend I didn't see that. क्या हुआ दोस्ती का यार?
सैड सॉन्ग बजाओ, कोई सैड सॉन्ग. दोस्त ना रहा.
वो वाला होना चाहिए था ना, छंद से जो टूटे कोई सपना. Trust me. But this meme, इस तरह से पुरानी दोस्ती का टूटना देखना मेरे को बहुत दिल में दर्द हुआ. तो इवन तो मेरा दिल चाहता है कि मैं इसको एंग्री अर्नब दूं, बिकॉज मेरा दिल इतना टूटा है ये दोस्ती को देखकर.
Yes.
फिर भी for creativity, I have to give this happy earnub.
Yes, so, happy earnub.
Behold the memer. Wow, that's a good name. Behold the memer. This is again from Binky Blue. Arey, Abhijit Iyer Mitra. I swear this is me every time I watch Abhijit. Abhijit Iyer Mitra says literally anything. Me. Never before have I been so offended by something I 100% agree with. Well done. Well done.
Happy Arnav, brilliant.
So happy Arnav hai. Yeah, 100% happy Arnav hai. Well done.
Brilliant.
This is a good meme. This is a fantastic meme.
Shabash.
This is content. Look at this. Premium internet content you are getting for free. Amazing.
Badhiya.
Meme. I have to share this with Abhijit. I'll share this. Don't worry, Pinky Blue. I will 100% share this with Abhijit. Okay, this is good meme. Well done. Biharis are communists exposed. Others introducing themselves. Mera naam. Biharis introducing themselves. Hamara naam. They have found out our secret. इसीलिए तो बिहार was such a stronghold for communism for such a long time. हम तो हर चीज हमारे से करते हैं. I did not rate that meme. That meme gets okay Arnab. This is an okay meme. So this is जिंदगी ना मिलेगी दोबारा. Breaking news: flights to Bangkok resume. Rahul Gandhi. Stop making fun of secular leaders, please. तुम लोग यूथ लीडर का मजाक उड़ाते हो. मजाक है ये? क्या बना रखे हो यार? Youth leader. Please don't make fun of youth leader.
राहुल गांधी को गाना गाएगा, मैं आया तेरे लिए.
Oh, amazing. This is by Chota Pandit 69. Gets a happy Arnab.
Yes, इसका happy Arnab तो.
Yeah, ये तो happy Arnab चलता है. My family, my responsibility. Breaking: Maharashtra government bans all gatherings of more than 5 people. Family of 6. ये आपके लिए मीम है. ये बताओ, इसको आप रेटिंग दो. This is for you.
Happy Arnab.
Happy Arnab. This is by Chota Pandit. Also gets a happy Arnab. Good meme. This is a good meme.
बहुत बढ़िया था ये.
बेचारे family of 6. Unfortunately, दादाजी को bye bye बोल दो. If you are family of 6. Finland OP. This is by Chota Pandit 69 as well. Coronavirus update. Finland total cases 2176, new cases 249, total deaths 27, new deaths -1. Guy from Finland. COVID-19. -1 कैसे हो गया बे?
इसको भी हैप्पी अर्नब दो.
ये भी इसका हैप्पी अर्नब बनता है. This is well done.
Yes.
Well done. Shout out to Finland. And shout out to Chota Mandit 69 for getting happy.
Yes.
Well done. Dissent against fascism. Modi ji, सांस लेते रहो मित्रों, liberals.
ये अच्छा था. उसकी शक्ल देखेगी. उसे टट्टी नहीं आ रही, ऐसा लग रहा है.
जिंदगी से आजादी तक ये जंग जारी रहेगी. जब जिंदगी से आजादी नहीं मिल जाती, हम ये जंग लड़ते रहेंगे. Well done. लड़ना बिल्कुल मत छोड़ना. Well done. This is a good meme. I like this meme. बेचारे की शक्ल देखो. मोदी जी ने क्या बोल दिया गलती से. This gets happy Arnab. Good meme. Chota Pandit 69 on phone.
Yes.
ये देखो. I'm the most helpless creature on the planet. Rahul, bitch, please help Rahul at ICICI. Yes. Well,
This is the best meme. राहुल को भेजो.
ये देख लो भाई.
इसका वीडियो निकाल के राहुल को.
इसका वीडियो कट करके राहुल को भेजना पड़ेगा.
कल राहुल मेरी पॉडकास्ट पे आ रहा, 5 बजे उसको दिखाऊंगा.
Help Rahul at ICICI. Please, देर मत करें. इस मुद्दे को बहुत सीरियसली लें. Rahul Roshan is very helpless, extremely helpless, and he needs your help. Please go support him at Help Rahul at ICICI. Thank you very much. And also Happy Arnab. It's definitely Happy Arnab meme. Revolt of 1857.
उसको हैप्पी अर्नब दिया कि नहीं उसको राहुल वाले को?
Happy Arnab diya 100%. Sandwich Distinct. Who was that one by? That one also by Chota Pandit 69. Arey wah. Chota Pandit 69 form mein aaj. Sandwich Distinct. Revolt of 1857. Bahadur Shah Zafar, Rani Lakshmi Bai, Mangal Pandey, Kunwar Singh, Nana Sahib Tatia Top. Bahadur Shah Zafar ka haath dekho. I'm also involved. I will support this revolt. 100% support. This is what this man has done. He has achieved 100 sneak. Bahadur Shah Zafar has achieved 100 sneak.
Oh, God.
It's good meme. All good meme. But I'll give this between Happy and Okay Arnab.
Yes.
Happy and Okay Arnab meme. Okay, where is Happy Arnab delete हो गया क्या गलती से? Oh my goodness. I might have accidentally deleted Happy Arnab.
Shabash.
Oh no. Wait, I have to find Happy Arnab. Happy Arnab. Come back, Happy Arnab. Please come back. Here it is. Here he is. Happy Arnab is back. Thank you guys. So there he is. So I'll give this between Happy and Okay Arnab. Okay, here we go. Do we have anything else? Muhammad Ghaznavi after looting Somnath temple for 20th time. ठीक है भाई, अब मैं चाहता हूँ यार ये फिर तुमने relatable meme डाल दिया यहाँ पे. Sad relatable meme. This is a sad relatable meme. This makes me feel sad. So this gets a angry and okay Arnab.
Angry and okay. Dono.
Yeah, this gets angry and okay Arnab. Akbar attacks Mewar. Maharana Pratap successfully defends multiple times. History books call it inconclusive. Akbar. All right, we'll call it a draw. It's from Sandwich District. It's relatable. Hashtag extremely relatable meme. So this gets a so strong okay Arnab. This is a strong okay Arnab meme. Posted by Mnat Jules. Mnat Jules. This is me laughing at Modi supporters, Congress supporters assuming I'm with them. Good point. Hashtag extremely relatable. So
Yeah.
What would you give this?
Okay.
This is okay? Okay. This is an okay meme by Mnat Jules. So these are the memes from this week's Reddit, and let me do a couple of good memes from the Discord as well. So this is posted by ZMD on Discord. So let me zoom in so people can read it. So this is Priyanka Deo Jain tweeting, "Truth is the woke new hate speech. Markande Karju. Ma'am, pardon me for asking. You were only Priyanka Deo earlier. How have you now become Jain? Sir, I made a life commitment." उसके नीचे comment, "Alexa play चंद से जो टूटे कोई सपना जग सुना सुना लगे please."
Oh God.
मीडिया पे जब दिल टूटता है तो बहुत दर्द होता है. बहुत दर्द हुआ मेरे को. 100% pain. Let me. This is very painful. This is very sad. And even though I want to give this an angry Arnab because of how much Justice Karju ka heart has been broken, I will give it a happy Arnab for creativity. What do you think? What do you think, Kushal? What do you make of this meme?
I agree.
You agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So happy Arnab for creativity. There was another good one. Abhi kidhar gaya yaar? There was another good one. Where is it? Oh, this is also by ZMD. Let me zoom in. The song was Behne De Mujhe Behne De. I'm never watching Hindi film with subtitles again. Read the subtitles.
Give sisters, give sisters.
Behne De Mujhe Behne De.
ये क्या हो गया?
Amazing. This is fantastic. Behne De Mujhe Behne De. Give me your sisters. Amazing. This is 100%. This is a happy Arnab meme. 100% one of the easiest happy Arnab memes I have ever given. And final meme, this comes from me because I have to plug myself. But I also took it from Reddit, and this is by Quark Gluon Pasta. This was forwarded to me on WhatsApp. So this is Dhruv Rathi decoding dark after some time. Stephen Hawking and RSS link exposed. Watch full video. I like this meme. Hashtag extremely relatable. But because it is by me, I will give this an okay Arnab. So this is an okay Arnab meme. So guys, that was this week's meme review. What did you think of this week's meme review? I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let us know in the comments. And again, if you want to submit memes for the Sham Sharma Show meme review, join the subreddit. You can see it on your screen. It's r/Sham_Sharma_show. Or you can join and submit your memes on the Discord server as well by becoming a patron of the show. What did you think of this week's meme review, Kushal?
Oh, I loved it. And for me, the meme of the week was Turkey Light.
Oh my God! So according to Kushal, I think I have to agree with Kushal. So this is our meme of the week. Meme of the week is brought to you by Agnic29. This is amazing, Agnic. Congratulations. You are our memer of the week. Round of applause for Agnic, please. Really quick. Very well done. Well done, Agnic, for being the memer of the week. Well done. All right. So that was fun. So if you have... this was basically things that I liked, things that I hated. This week's meme review. If you have anything that you hated or liked before we wrap up, go ahead.
Well, I can always leave people with a scar. I thought this was very funny. ये मस्त वीडियो था. ये देखा था कि नहीं तूने? आवाज आ रही है कि नहीं?
Very much पागल.
Very much पागल.
Very much पागल.
Very much पागल. Me पागल.
Me पागल, you पागल.
पागल.
ये बहन जो सारे मिलके हमको पागल बना रहे हैं मादर चोद के बच्चे.
अरे फिर डिमोनेटाइज हो गया चैनल. बिल्कुल सही चल रहा था लेकिन फिर डिमोनेटाइज हो गया. हे भगवान.
वेरी मच पागल. नॉट पागल. ये पागल. अब सब पागल कर रहे हैं हमको. ये गवर्नमेंट वाली आंटी बेस्ट है पाकिस्तान से.
गवर्नमेंट वाली आंटी बेस्ट है. गवर्नमेंट वाली आंटी बहुत मीम मटेरियल देती है.
यस, मैं नायला के साथ जब भी बात करता हूँ ना पाकिस्तान में, मैं नायला को एक ही चीज बोलता हूँ, गवर्नमेंट वाली आंटी का जो भी माल मत्ता होगा तू भेज दे.
साली बिग गई है गवर्नमेंट. This was very good. Let me see if we have any super chats left.
Yeah, बची है थोड़ी super chats बच गई.
Otherwise, we are good to go.
Super chats बच गई थी.
बच गई थी कुछ. अरे यार मैंने ये मूवी नहीं देखी, so I don't get the reference. Kanav Puthur says Audrey Trushke should be handled the way Paresh Rawal deals with people in the film Judai. यार मेरे को याद नहीं है ये मूवी तो.
वो क्वेश्चन मार्क लेके जाता था ना, आपका नाम क्या है, ऐसा क्यों हुआ, क्या हो गया, इसे करने से ऐसा क्यों होता है.
I remember. That's good meme. That's good meme material right there. Anand Sridhar says, problem is both sides want independents like me to sacrifice our individual opinions to join the relevant label and just parrot the party line. अरे ये हमने कब बोला? When have we said this ever, that you leave your individuality behind? No, you don't have to leave your individuality behind. You can believe whatever you want.
मेरे को तो सब साइड से गालियां पड़ती हैं.
अभी तो 2 हफ्ते से हम गाली खा रहे थे बैठ के खाली. 2 हफ्ते पहले खाली गालियां ही पड़ रही थी हमको. लोग बोल रहे थे इनके चैनल को रिपोर्ट करके डिलीट करवाओ. बताओ. प्रितेश पंजीकर सेज कुशल चारवा का टी-शर्ट्स कब आ रही हैं? बताओ, जवाब दो.
यार अभी एग्जाम के लिए पढ़ रहा हूँ.
Nation wants to know.
अक्टूबर में चारवर्क पॉडकास्ट की 2 डिजाइन की टी-शर्ट्स आ जाएंगी.
ओके, अक्टूबर में. Okay, this is from Jitendra Salgaonkar. Jitendra says, Do you think the leftists do genuinely care for the welfare of the LGBTQ community, considering in every socialist country homosexuals are terribly treated? Excuse me. I do think that on a large number of the lefties, they do care for the LGBTQ community, but at the same time, they are also conflicted in the sense that they want to support the Muslim community in whatever the Muslim community does, the Christian community in whatever the Christian community does, and often what the Muslim and Christian communities want is at odds with what is good for the LGBTQ community. And so that is where the liberals run into a problem.
I think it's from the Operation Olympics mindset. So in America, they're not pro-Christianity, right? They're anti-Christianity in America.
That's what I was going to say with like the intersectionality ladder. Like if you look at the intersectionality ladder, yeah, the LGBTQ people are at a pretty high position, but Muslims are much higher than the LGBTQ on the ladder. So whatever Muslims want gets priority.
Yeah.
So according to the LGBTQ, the intersectionality ladder.
Yes, eventually, when in the Western world, the Muslim population will demand decriminalization of LGBTQ, what are they going to do then?
Yeah, exactly. Red Shine says Kushal Mehra and Tanmay Bhatt are bichde hue bhai. Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that allegation?
No.
और बिछड़े हुए भाई.
मैं कोई उसका बिछड़ा हुआ भाई नहीं हूँ, मेरा एक भाई है, वो काफी है.
Janak Bhanushali would like to see debate between Sham Sharma and Dhruv Rathi will be fire. ठीक है, maybe one day we'll do it. Who knows?
Yes.
I think that's it. I think we were able to.
2-3 अभी ऊपर आई थी. एक किसी ने कहा था unrelated. Have you watched The Imitation Game? It shows how Britain used to treat homosexuals in the early 20th century. Yes, I have. It's about the mathematician you're talking about.
Early 20th century, chhod yaar. Watch a movie called, what is it called? Is it called Pride? I think it's called Pride. It's a movie called Pride. It's set in 1980s England. And it shows how the Margaret Thatcher government and supporters of Margaret Thatcher used to treat the homosexual community. So, yeah, that's in the bloody 1980s, not even early 20th century.
Yeah, one more question was by Spearhead, unrelated question. What do you think? How long will NDA government last? 2030s or something? I don't know. See, you can expect one more term if Modi stands. After that, I think you can expect at least, yeah, दो और इसके बाद और 2 term BJP के you can expect. If
I think what will happen if they're any smart, and let me know what you think. I think if they're any smart, that there's probably going to be a big change in some policies of these lefty parties, like either Congress Party or Aam Aadmi Party, or one of these lefty parties has to be like, okay, we don't agree with the BJP, but we are also nationalist. We're nationalist without BJP. So I think that is what needs to happen if those parties need to come back, and it could well happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Congress nahi aayegi. I think Congress is going to be decimated in the next 10 years. Completely decimated. I think what's going to happen is I'm sticking to my prediction. I think BJP eventually will become too big and the whole umbrella will break. And then BJP में से ही एक conservative wing निकलेगा और एक free market wing निकलेगा. और it will be very funny. India में socially liberal, fiscally conservative होंगे and socialist and socially conservative होंगे. India में ये होने वाला है. India will be
already बन रहा है. देख रहे हैं हम लोग कि already
one side होंगे. India में libertarian leaning लोग एक side में होंगे और दूसरी side में होंगे socially conservative और socialist mentality के लोग. ये देखना ये होने वाला.
Yeah, that does make sense. Already within people that support the BJP or people within the quote unquote larger Hindutva movement, there are some big points of disagreements already forming. Sham, your opinion on Colby Covington racist or not? Yeah, I don't know Colby Covington personally, so obviously I don't know what his personal thoughts are, but what he's doing at the UFC, that's just what he does. He's just trying to be Conor McGregor, but he's not as charismatic as Conor McGregor. So he has to play a role. He's trying to play a
WWE heel.
Yeah, he's trying to be a classic WWE heel. He's trying to be Mr. McMahon. Mr. McMahon क्या करते थे? Mr. McMahon, he knew exactly what the crowd hated and he used to double down on it. So he's being Mr. McMahon basically. So I don't know if he's personally racist, but in the UFC he's 100% playing a character.
Yeah. There was one more. That was unrelated. But do you think Kerala and Tamil Nadu are in danger? Danger of what?
Danger of what? Danger of missionary activities? तो ये तो हमको पता ही है. तमिलनाडु में ये तो पुराना danger है. That we already know. And Kerala में Islamization का is a problem. I think that's nothing's hidden from it. Are they in danger? We don't know as yet. Maybe in 10 years that situation will become a lot clearer, but not at least yet. And Poonam Abhi,
There's no question.
Super chat has no question. Wait, is this a question? Maybe it was just a comment. Well, whoever has the worst bite has a higher position in the hierarchy. Yeah, or whoever has the biggest perceived victimhood also has the highest position in the hierarchy, if you're talking about the intersectional hierarchy.
I have to appreciate Poonam Abhi has not used caps lock this time.
No caps locked. Well done. Well done. Excellently done. All right, guys. Well, thank you. That was the meme review today. Hopefully you enjoyed the meme review. By the looks of it, a lot of people in the live chat did enjoy it. If you like it, if you want me to do more meme reviews in the future, let me know in the comment section, not in the live chat, in the comment section, so I can read the comments and I can actually figure out what you guys thought of it. If you like it, then we'll do one again next weekend. Other than that, guys, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, abuse, all of that fun stuff. Everything helps the video and the channel out. And as usual, thanks, Kushal, for joining.
Thank you, Sham. I'll see you guys next time.
See you guys
and yeah, come on the Charvak podcast at 9 p.m. I'm talking to Brad Palumbo.
There you go. There's a shout out. Brad Palumbo. I had him on the show. He's a great guy, so go check him out. All right, guys.